here we are supposed to study about the block diagram of digital communication system. So just we have seen about the formatting, source, encoding, decoding, encryption, decryption, channel encoding, decoding, multiplexing, demultiplexing. After that, what we are using here? Here we are using the pulse modulations at the transmitter side, and at the receiver side we are using the detection. So here we can see when we are using the pulse modulation at the transmitter, at that time signal was in the binary format and now it is ready to transmit. So here if that channel is wired, the beat of noise to be represented into electrical pulses. So the pulse modulation block will represent the bits into a suitable line coding. It means what? We can take any format for the coding, that will be the polar, unipolar, bipolar, return to zero, non-return to zero. We can use any coding formatting here, because now we are having the data that is in the digital format. But here we are representing that data by using the suitable line coding. Because we have seen we can use suitable line coding or we can use the block coding. But block coding is exceptional. We are using the line coding compulsory. So here we can represent that coding. This depends on the transmission bandwidth, transmission power. But if you see at the receiver side, we are using the detection. It means what? At the receiver end, received pulses corrupted by noise, which are supposed to reshape and detected. It means what? Here if there is any error in the form of noise, at that time we can reshape that channel. We can detect it. So here we can use the detector. We will require here filter to eliminate that noise. So here we are dealing with the signal whose spectrum extends from the DC to few megahertz. Such signal we can call as the baseband signal, and the multiplexing, demultiplexing, line coding, synchronization, aspect of baseband transmission, these are using in the block diagram of the typical digital communication system. So here if you see, we are using the band pass modulation. It means what? If we are supposed to select few coding and we are supposed to attenuate the remaining, at that time we can use their filter for the filtration purpose. So here the band pass modulator will convert that frequency of baseband signal, and at the receiver we will have frequency down converted in the form of baseband demodulator. You can see here we are using the demodulator and the sample box at the receiver side. Again we are using the spread spectrum techniques that are used nowadays to protect the signal from the interference and also from the jamming. So here the frequency spreading block is used to spread the spectrum of original signal over a larger band. So at the receiver side we are using the despreading technique. It is used to recover the original signal spectra. So here we are using the baseband signal at the transmitter, as well as we are using the baseband signal which we are using at the despreading technique to recover the original signal we can use at the receiver side. Again, what we are doing here, when channel can be shared by multiple users, at that time you can use multiple access techniques like time division multiple access, frequency division multiple access, CDMA, code division multiple access we can use. The spread spectrum and the multiple access technique we can use at the receiver side in the digital communication system. So here when we are doing the transmission by using the digital communication system, we are doing formatting, source coding, we are transferring the data which is analog into a digital. After that we are selecting compatible waveform, introducing the redundancy which facilitates accurate decoding. It will reduces the error, and it is necessary for the reliable communication. That's why we are using here modulation, as well as at the receiver we are using the demodulation. So what does mean by modulation? Modulation is the process of modifying the information signal into a facilitate transmission. It means what? We can transmit that data. It is converting that data into a transmissionable data. Again, we are doing the demodulation at the receiver side, so it will do reverse of the process of modulation. It will involve the detection and retrial of the original signal. So it will make our original signal at the receiver side. If you see, it will have different types like the coherent, non-coherent. Coherent modulations will require a reference for the detection, and non-coherent demodulation does not require reference phase information at the receiver side. So if you see, the basic digital communication system consists of coding, decoding, formatting, channel coding, pulse modulation, bandpass modulations. So here we can see about the coding and decoding. What we are doing in the coding and decoding? We are translating the information bits into a transmitter data symbol. Here we can use the techniques that will use to enhance the information signal so that they are less vulnerable to the channel impairment. If you see, there are two categories, like it will produces the signal that will be structured sequence, or that can be a waveform coding. So here it will involve the use of reductant bits to determine the occurrence of the error. Here we can use any type of multiple access if we are supposed to transfer that data to the multiple users. We can use TDMA, we can use CDMA, FDMA for that multiple access. So here I have shown the basic digital communication transformation, what we are doing and which device we are doing for source coding, for the non-coherent coding, for the waveform spreading. If you see, we can see here for the formatting purpose we can use quantization, pulse code modulation, character coding. So pulse code modulation, what we are saying in the PCM, it will sorry. So we are doing here pulse modulation. So pulse modulation block will represent the bits that will be into a now suitable coding format, such as we can use return to 0, non-return to 0, polar, unipolar, that will be in the suitable line coding format. At the receiver end, we can receive the pulses that are corrupted by the noise. We can reshape that pulses and we can detect here. Naturally, we will require their filter to eliminate the noise at the receiver side. After that, we are doing here source coding. So in source coding, we will take the predictive coding, block coding, variable length coding, lossy compressions, lossless compression. So here it is applied to the message symbol to take the advantages of the redundancy in order to compress the message. So it will used to improve the transmission efficiency at the transmitter so that only authorized user can decrypt that data. So here we are using the source coding. This is one way of improving the transformation efficiency. And at the output we are using the source decoding. It means what? Again we can use source decoding at the output or the receiver side to decompress our message. After that, we are using the baseband signaling. It means what? Here we can use pulse code modulation waveform. You can do non-return to 0, return to 0. You can convert that data in transformation into a suitable line coding here. Again, we are using their equalization. It means what? Here we can do the equalization by using the filter, or we can use the transversor or the decision feedback preset or the adaptive. After that, we are using the coherent and the non-coherent baseband signaling. So here at the transmitter side, we can use the band pass signaling. So in that, we can use any type of the phase shift, frequency shift keying, or the amplitude shift keying. And at the receiver side, we can use TDMA, FDMA, CDMA. These are nothing but we can use this type of access to give that data to the multiple users. Here again, what we are doing here, when we are supposed to do the digital communication system, at that time we are using the PCM. PCM means what? Pulse code modulations. At that, if you see, we are converting here data. That is nothing but we are converting analog signal into a digital form by using the pulse code modulation. So here it will consist of the steps like sampling, quantization and the encoding. So here when we are supposed to convert analog signal into the digital, at that time the analog signal we can sample at every time interval. So here sampling is nothing but it is the rate at which we are sampling the analog signal. So according to the Nyquist theorem, the sampling rate must be equal to the at least 2 times of the highest frequency of the signal. So here when we are doing analog to digital conversion, at that time we are supposed to do sampling by using the Nyquist theorem. It means what? Here we will require the sampling rate that will be equal to, at least that will be greater than twice of the highest frequency of signal. After that we are doing the quantization. It means what? Sampling will yield discrete form of the continuous signal, but here every discrete signal will show the amplitude of analog at instant. So quantization is done between the maximum amplitude and the minimum amplitude. So we will get the approximation of the instantaneous average value. So here after that we are giving that instantaneous analog value to the encoding. So in encoding, each approximated value is converted into a binary format. So here we can convert analog data into a digital by using the digital communication system. So here when we are supposed to study about the block diagram of digital communication system consists of formatting, source coding, encrypting, channel coding, multiplexing, pulse modulator, bandpass filter at the receiver. All these things are at the receiver. Same thing which will work reverse with respect to this. This will require at the receiver side. It means what? Here also will require formatting, source decoding, decrypting, channel encoding की जगह channel decoding, multiplexing की जगह demultiplexing, detector, demodulator we will require at the receiver side also. So here we have finished about the block diagram of digital communication system. These are some main points given. Transmitter modulate analog message or bit in case of the digital communication system for the transmission over a channel. If you see, receivers recreate that signal from the received signal, because there also we are doing the demodulating and the sampling. So here again we can reconvert that data into a digital. So here performance metric for the analog is fidelity, for digital it is the bit rate, and it will be also like a error probability. So here we are using block diagram of digital communication system which will allow us to convert analog or digital data into a digital data. So here we are making the digital communications because it is having lots of advantages over the analog communications. Remaining syllabus we will see in the next session. Thank you.